Today's the day that I'm finally pulling the trigger on something that I've been wanting to do for a couple weeks now, and I am so excited because I am heading to the mall to buy a Mac Mini. This is going to be a designated AI agent that I'm setting up in my home that is going to work for me 24/7. That's right, you heard that correct. And I'm going to set this up for less than $1,000. Now, I'm gonna make my coffee, go get ready, and I'll explain to you guys a little more into detail on the car ride there. So here's what I am planning on building. I'm setting up this AI agent with something called OpenClaw. This is a very powerful AI tool, and it's an open source framework essentially that allows me to create an actual AI agent that doesn't just chat with you, it does things that you want it to do. And I want you guys to think about that for a second. You can now buy an AI agent. Some agent is going to be working 24/7 for you on a computer for a one-time price. From a business perspective, I look at this as a very big win. Like, I understand that this is technically taking away from jobs, but for a small startup or for a small business, like, this is actually very useful if you think about it. I'm gonna train this agent for a week or two to think and act just like I do. Wow, that was a terrible accent, holy shit. But it's going to do things that I do on a day-to-day basis throughout my computer. And I'm gonna have a text format on my phone where it's gonna give me updates throughout the day on the tasks that it has completed, and certain things that I might have texted it to do, it's going to go and complete those tasks and then come back and report to me what it has done. And I just think that is the coolest thing ever. And I cannot wait to try it out. How my trading framework works right now is I have to be consistently searching the market for any news that comes out on certain companies, earnings reports. I have to be able to read all these earnings reports and just kind of see what the overall condition of that company is. It's going to monitor all my open positions. Anytime I open a trade, it's going to alert my entire group. Anytime I close a trade, this agent is going to go and alert my entire group. So it's going to save me a lot of time day to day. Another cool thing that I'm going to set this thing up to do is basically read through my emails and be like my assistant, where if I want to send an email to a client or a title company or whatever the case might be, I can tell it in the chat what to go send, and it's going to go into its own email. I'm going to give it its own email as my assistant and send off whatever I need it to send off. This thing will also be able to monitor certain sector rotations in the market, and it's going to alert me when these types of events happen. That way, I am always on top of the game. As soon as I wake up, I'm going to have a full detailed report from my agent on anything unusual that is going on in the markets for that day. It's going to give me an extremely higher edge in the market than most other traders because I have this agent working 24/7. And I'm going to teach this agent exactly my strategy for growing my social media presence. It's going to basically generate content ideas based on certain market conditions or certain events that are happening in the market. This agent will be able to read all this information on a day-to-day basis, pick certain topics, and be like, hey, this is a good video idea. And then it's going to generate a script for me. It's going to generate thumbnails for me. It's going to do all this. And when I wake up, I'm going to just check my text, and it's going to be like, hey, good morning, Ahmad. Like, I have found all these things that are happening today in the market, and I think, XYZ might be a good video idea for your next YouTube video or for your next Instagram video. And then it's gonna give me the script. I can then go in there and adjust the script if needed, and then it's gonna give me thumbnail ideas and description ideas, title ideas, all above. It's gonna automatically do all this for me every single day without me prompting it to do it. It's gonna learn things about me, and I can just go in there and record videos. So it's gonna do a lot of this work, a lot of this tedious work that I would have to do on a day-to-day basis, and would take me hours every single day. So if you're looking at like your return on investment, I guess it all depends on what is your time worth throughout the day. Are you worth 20, 30, 40, 60, $100 an hour? Because if you really take the overall cost to set this up, and let's say you divide it over the course of 3 months, which you could use this forever technically, it's going to eventually come out to less than $5 a day. So is your time, or $5 an hour, sorry. So is your time worth more than $5 an hour? I would hope the answer is yes.
So as I'm heading into the mall, what I decided to do, just to save a little bit on cost, is I'm actually going to trade in an old iPad Pro that I never use anymore to get the Mac Mini. Now I got lucky and had $800 worth of trade-in, so I even had $200 extra. And here's what the guy at the Apple store had to say about Mac Minis.
I've been getting so many Mac Minis, and you've been selling them like there's no tomorrow.
Really?
And I couldn't figure out why.
It's called OpenClaw, just got released,
Okay.
and it's very powerful.
All right.
So I used some of that credit to buy a mouse, but I needed to buy a monitor, so I headed to Best Buy and found the cheapest monitor I could get. Now, what's a computer without a keyboard? So I also bought this keyboard here for just $39. The monitor was $100, so really cheap. Now, here's a little lesson that I learned just from building this little AI agent. Running the agent on a cloud model is going to get extremely expensive. So what I found out how to do is actually switch to a local model. That's going to essentially cost you guys $0 to run, and you are able to draft, plan, and do a lot of things running a local model. I mean, at the end of the day, you're buying these computers with the hardware already inside of them. So there's no need to pay for cloud AIs to run the models for you when you can essentially run all AI models on your computer for free. So since the local model is running off of your computer with the computer's hardware, there's no need for API keys, there's no need for credits. Everything is ran on your computer, and this is going to save you guys a ton of money because if you did go the API route, you're going to see just how fast you can burn through these credits. Now, don't get me wrong, I still do have an API key connected, and that is through Anthropic, and I'm using Opus 4.6. And the reason for that is for live data. The thing with that is I have prompted the AI agent to only use this when I tell it to. That way I can limit how much credits I'm using every single month. Now, I have even attached a little demo video of me just taking a trade on Fidelity, taking a screenshot of that trade, sending it on Telegram, and telling it to post this in my WAP group. And here is exactly what it did. I sent the prompt. The AI agent then read the screenshot, formatted it in the exact way that I want to post for my group, and then it asked me if I was okay with the post. It even sent me a screenshot of what it wrote, and as soon as I confirmed that I was okay with this, it went ahead and posted it for my entire group. I mean, this is absolutely insane. This alone saved me probably 5 minutes of my day.